This is David Allen.
We're the Drifting Outlaws.
This is another great episode of ETX ROCKS featuring TJ Broscoff.
From the unknown to the stars, from the couch to the car, from the unheralded and the unheard, to the legends and beyond, it's where we all belong. Yes, this is where it all starts. From every genre, from every plane, this is where the music's played. So tune right in, won't you bring a friend? This is where it all begins. Welcome to the show, let the music flow of every style and creed. And you can bet your socks that ETX rocks, ETX rocks.
Hey guys, Boston Chris here, and you are tuned in to the #1 resource for independent music in Northeast Texas. It's episode 278 of the ETX ROCKS Show, and we have a huge treat for you guys out there today. One of the best artists that has ever come out of East Texas, I feel, is TJ Broscoff. We finally have him here after 277 episodes.
It's a lot of episodes.
Yeah. And we've been trying for over a year to get TJ out here, but one of the busiest guys in Texas, bar none. Over 200 shows a year that you're putting in the miles.
Yeah, well, we try. You know, I mean, we're just traveling musicians. I try and get out to every venue I can and shake every hand I can and continue to pass on the quote-unquote TJ brand, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, you are the quintessential independent artist. You do everything yourself. I mean, everything is done in-house by TJ himself, and just hugely successful. I want to read straight from your webpage, the opening line, and I'm sure this is probably a couple months old at least, so the numbers are higher now. But 1.6 million Spotify streams. Keep in mind, as I read this is completely an independent artist. 375,000 terrestrial radio spins, 98,000 miles he's putting in every single year, almost 50,000 social media fans, 200 shows a year, 10 top 30 records, 7 guys in the bus, that's important, 3 #1s, and of course the dog as a mascot. You got to have that as well.
You got to have Brody. Have Brody. I wish I could take all the credit for that, but I have had people that help me out, especially with my radio promotion. Debbie Green. And Bill Green down there in San Antonio, they've done a lot of work for me as well.
Right.
But for the most part, it's just I pretty much book most of my own shows. I have a few independent booking agents that help me out, and I'm very grateful to them. But yeah, it's pretty much just me and the guys, and we just try and get out there as much as we can and spread music. We're so blessed to be able to do what we get to do.
It's incredible, man. Just it sounds to me like by the time 2018 is over, you'll hit 2 million streams on Spotify.
We're probably there now. I haven't looked in a while.
That's incredible.
That's exciting to me. It really is. And I'm like, I'll probably say it a million times in this interview, but I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful and blessed that people are catching on and going, you know what, we like listening to this.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about for an artist, or at least that's what it's about for me, is people coming up at a show and going, man, you know, that song, I love that song. I play that song all the time. Or people on social media send me pictures of their kids singing it in the car. You can never describe what that's like.
Yeah,
you know, I've always written for me, but to be able to have somebody else identify and grab onto that's the true.
I think that might be what really resonates with people the most is you're writing for you. You're writing within your own experiences. People get to see a side of you through your art.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, that's the way music was meant to be.
Yeah.
You know?
I always get hung up when I try and write a song that I think is a commercial song. It's the worst song in the world. And then I write a sad, depressing song, or I write a song about, you know, terrible, dark things, and everything. Oh, I love that song.
Yeah.
So you just got to stay true to yourself as an artist. You know, don't worry about what everybody else is doing. A lot of us get hung up on that a lot. And
well, I think it helps, too, that a lot of our society today is living in the dark.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, a lot of us have our demons and our own struggles and stresses and things like that. So when the music hits on that, it lets me as an individual know, hey, someone else is going through that, too. So
Absolutely.
It must be okay.
I've always said that I try and write human, you know.
Yeah.
And I've never been good at writing cliche songs. Some guys are incredible at that. It's just not me. And so while some people may not like the honesty, other people love it, and I just got to be who I am. And
well, it's translating to radio and internet streaming.
Yeah, we've been so lucky. Texas radio has always been a huge supporter of me, and I know that we don't sound a lot like the other guys that are getting played on the next song after us. So for them to step up, it means the world to me that they've always been in my back pocket.
Do you think there's an advantage you have?
Absolutely. Anytime you have an advantage where I don't know, it's probably a two-edged blade.
Yeah.
Essentially, trying to be original or doing what you do is a gift and a curse. Whereas, sometimes you don't get those shows that you want, or you don't get the festivals that you want, or people just they don't understand it. But I find that the people that do understand it are the true fans, and that's who I want to play for anyways,
Yeah. I call those super fans.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's not so much about getting a whole bunch of drunk college kids or drunk bikers, whoever they are. I wasn't trying to pigeonhole somebody. The point is that, a lot of times people just go for the event, and I've always preferred people that are coming to hear the music, and I think that's probably every artist's
Absolutely
idea.
And he's got his guitar. I'm sure y'all can see that. So he's going to play us some songs
You
today.
bet.
And we've already heard the songs. If you're watching for the first time, we always have them play first. That way I'm a little more stoked up during the interview. So we've heard the songs. But the first one you're going to do is Devil's Done With Me.
Yeah.
This was the latest single.
That was our latest single. It did extremely well for us, both in the media world and in terrestrial radio. And I don't remember where we were. I think we were 3.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we had that tragic event with Brandon, and he went to number 1, and rightly
Thank
so.
God. Yeah,
rightly
absolutely.
so.
What a great song that was.
Yeah. Be the Revival was an incredible song, and so that was kind of the end of Devil. She had been out there for so long. I can't remember 28 weeks or something.
It's a long time.
And so it was time for her to go on down. But we gained so many fans from terrestrial radio off that song, and then of course Spotify, it continued for a long time on the Texas playlist that John puts together, and it sat up there for months and months. So,
and this is a perfect example of what we're talking about. Really dark song, something that most of us have gone through and trying to figure out our way through that situation. And the song is about that. And I think that's why what you do resonates with so many people, because I don't think there's enough artists tackling that kind of subject matter.
You can't be scared. And I think for me, devil can be whatever your devil is, and that's kind of the idea behind when we wrote that song. But for me it means something completely different than what other people might perceive. But that's the beauty of magic, or the magic of radio or songs anyway. Songwriting is that people they may not know what the song's about to the actual artist, but to them it means something else. And that was kind of devil.
Yeah. And so we're really excited to show you all this song. It's completely unplugged here in the ETX Rocks living room. It's Devil's Done With Me by TJ Broscoff. Y'all check it out.
I've seen nights longer than a lifetime, and days I begged and prayed they wouldn't. But hell ain't nothing compared to some of the places and the fires that I burned in. Smoke and ash and nothing left to mend. Sold my dreams, sold my soul, spit me out and left me cold. Nothing left to lose or left to say. Now all that anyone can see is the shell of what I used to be. I guess the devil's finally done with me. slithers like a snake away from me. He sold my dreams, he sold my soul, spit me out and left me cold, with nothing left to lose or left to say. Now all that anyone can see is the shell of what I used to be. I guess the devil's finally done with me. I guess the devil's finally done with me. Whoa. Pieces broke beyond repair. I still smell her sulfur in the air. She stole my dreams, she stole my soul, spit me out and left me cold, with nothing left to lose or left to say. Now all that anyone can see is the shell of what I used to be. I guess the devil's finally done with me. I guess the devil's finally done with me. Yeah, I guess the devil's finally done with me.
All right, so once again, we are back. It's episode 278. We finally have TJ Broscoff here in the living room. And
Happy to be here.
Playing some tunes for us as well. You know, you have come from a dark place. You've done a lot of stuff in your past and stuff like that that's led to your life experiences. Do you feel like the music could be nearly as good as it is without those prior experiences?
Sometimes I fool myself, and I kick myself for wasting 10 years, out in a desert or whatever
Right.
I was doing at the time. But no, I mean, without the life experience, what would I be writing about?
Exactly.
And music for me has always been therapy. As cliche as that sounds, it's the truth. Like, the reason I started playing guitar in my bedroom was not to be a rock star. I didn't have those dreams. I had the dreams of just, oh man, what can I do next on this guitar? How can I convey what I'm feeling into music?
And it's almost like just getting through that day, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's where my best songs, I think, come from is, like some guys, they'll spend months on a song. My best songs have come within 15 minutes from beginning to end,
Yeah.
And it's never what I planned. I'll have some riff that I've been working on for months, and then all of a sudden I'll get the inspiration, and it's not even that thing. It's a completely different song. But those are those little, magic moments. Tom Petty talks about it. It's like you get a little piece of magic, a little piece of heaven, and we don't know where they come from or how they happen. They just happen, and we're lucky enough to be able to be the guys to get to.
So it's a spontaneous thing for you, kind of like just being a conduit or a vessel for something that's just popping out of thin air.
Absolutely. And I've written other songs that I've really thought and worked hard on, and I love those songs too. But those sporadic ones always seem to be the ones that grab me.
And it starts.
Yeah.
Does it typically start with the music, a riff or a melody, or?
They typically come together.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the spontaneous ones typically just come. It's hard to describe it. They just flow out. Like you're just the instrument. You're just writing the song's already been written.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense,
Yeah.
and it's just kind of
Absolutely. See, I've heard this before.
yeah, it's just kind of going. You're just the vessel. You're just getting it out. So
And do you feel like it's a song you've heard before, and like, man, I need to make sure this isn't out there already?
sometimes,
Yeah.
I used to have dreams, and this song still is in my head. I would wake up in the middle of the night. This is the best song I've ever heard, and then as soon as I try and get it to pen, it'd be gone.
Yeah.
So hopefully one day I'm gonna remember it. The dream. Because I'm telling you, it's a great song. You should totally check it out once I get it written. Yeah.
It's funny. Are you also able to write about things that did not happen to you?
Sure. I mean, I think that's what makes a great song. Look at one of my idols as far as songwriting goes is Chris Knight. And everybody thinks that he lost his brother in the river. And he didn't. He's able to convey. And even Willie, was able to convey certain thoughts. And what makes great songwriters is their ability to put themselves in a situation and be able to write about that. And so for me, I do that with several songs. And,
Yeah.
And
I think another thing that's really important to your songs and your songwriting, at least from a fan perspective, is your musicianship. I mean, it's spot on. It's so good. And so you add certain layers and depth to your music that I think other songwriters struggle to get to. What kind of advantage does that give you from an artistic standpoint?
I'm not sure.
Or does it even matter?
I'm not sure. I mean, this is just the way I'm self-taught on guitar.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And it was just, it was a God thing. I mean, that's the only way I can put it is this was, when I was 13, I grabbed my dad's acoustic guitar out of the closet and I immediately started playing songs. Wow. And it was just like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm not supposed to be a famous second baseman for the Texas Rangers because I'm too short anyways.
It's too bad because they could use one.
Yeah, they probably could use one right now. I was like, the music is what I'm going to do. And I just knew it. And, my family was kind of, yeah, maybe you should, Mom had a struggle with it in the beginning. But in the end...
I bet she's come around, though.
Oh, I love my mom, and she's been instrumental in my career now. Just like everything in life, you go through phases, and I was quite the underachieving, rebellious son, if you will. Yeah. And so I put my parents through a lot of stuff.
Were you an only child?
Pretty much. I have a stepbrother and stepsister that I consider my brother and sister, but they came from.
But from your mom and dad, you were the only.
I'm my dad's only child.
Yeah, yeah. I get that. Obviously, I'm there with you. I'm also an only child, and I was that way. Yeah. Everything they wanted me to do, I was like, no, I want to do this. Well, yeah. I think you'd like country music. No, I want glam rock.
Right.
And then I came around later.
They never pushed me too much, but I know Dad. My dad is a brilliant engineer, and he retired from the Corps of Engineers, and so I think he might have wanted me to go down that avenue or something, but. Math, I'm not good at math, period. And I picked up a guitar and I was like, this is what I'm going to do. And so ever since that day, this is all I've done.
So why did your dad have a guitar in the closet?
Well, my dad actually plays a little bit. Yeah. He knows like 4 chords, and they used to
2.5 more than Elvis. Right. Way out there.
Well, that's true. That is true. And they would get together, and they would have all their friends over from church, and we'd be doing that. Give me gas in my Ford, keep me trucking for the Lord, keep me trucking till the break of day. And they did those kinds of songs. Okay. And so he had the acoustic. And one day I was just like, can I borrow your acoustic? And he was like, I don't care. And I went in my room and that was it.
Wow, that's amazing. And we were talking a little bit off camera about kind of your evolution over the 3 records.
Yeah.
The first record, I think you had 5 or 6 top 30 hits on that.
It was incredible. I mean,
debut record.
We had, I can't remember how many singles we had off that record. I think we had 4 or 5 singles, and they all went top 40. I know several went into the 20s. Yeah. And so coming out of the gate, it was a pretty spectacular thing.
And that project was called Ready to Fly.
Ready to Fly.
You folks out there. One of the best debut records I've ever heard.
Thank you.
And the process from that to the break to where we are now with Love Lost and the Afterglow, just completely different. I mean, the evolution process is so unique to you.
Yeah, thank you.
To who you are as TJ Broscoff. So what was that like living through that? Because each record can be your child. It's your
absolutely,
creation.
And it's the best thing you've ever done in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think with me and with anybody, we're always changing. We're always growing. We're always figuring out something else in life, even though it might not seem like it at times. We're always evolving, and I think that's just what the music has done. It's progressed to where we are now, which is more of a Americana type feel.
If you can call it anything.
Yeah,
honestly.
I mean, who cares about labels? Yeah. It's just I try to be honest with myself, and I try and write the way that I'm feeling as far as, from the chord structure to the lyrics to all that. And I try not to worry about, man, is this country enough? Oh, does this sound too rock? I just try and be true to myself.
Yeah, thank you for that. Because I know we've talked to hundreds of songwriters on the show, and a lot of them can get lost in that, all of that fluff around them. It's just in the air. What do I pull? Is it country? Is it southern rock? And man, if you can just get rid of all that fluff and just be true to your own creativeness, it's a beautiful thing.
It's definitely a harder road. I won't lie.
No doubt.
You know,
Yeah.
but the reward is better in my mind. You know, I mean, like we play cover songs in our sets, and people come up and request a cover song. I don't know that. Well, what do you mean you don't know that? You just played this song. Well, because I really liked that song that we just covered.
Yeah.
And that's even how my covers go. Like it's hard for me to
Do
do
you
it.
gravitate towards really obscure covers?
Yes.
Yeah, I figured you would.
Which has been a bit of a pickle too.
Yeah.
We'll play a song and the crowd they no response because they don't understand.
Yeah.
You know,
That wasn't Merle Haggard. You can't prove
Right.
that to me.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Because there's some great diamonds in the. I would love to go to RCA, their vault,
Yeah.
and just see all the songs that all these incredible songwriters have written that will never ever see the light of
I
day.
can't even imagine some of the stuff we're missing out
Oh
on.
man,
Yeah.
because of some guy that was like, well, no, this.
Or some guy that just buys it so nobody else can use it.
Yeah.
Like, just in case someday I want to use it, you know?
Yeah.
Because I know that's a thing.
Oh yeah,
You
for
know.
sure. They
Well, I'll buy it so nobody else can have
put
it.
holds on it.
Yeah, and I'll never touch it myself. It's like, come on. Because I've heard songs that got through that process. I think Whiskey and Whitley was one of them by
Really?
Josh Ward. I think kind of got stuck in limbo for a long time. And somehow Josh met Kevin Denny, who was one of the songwriters on that song. And Kevin thought, hey, this guy would be perfect for this song. Somehow they got it out of hold, and that's how Josh is.
Josh is doing great.
Yeah.
We need to go fishing, Josh, if you're watching this.
And you never know. He was second episode in season 3. So that would have been like 76 episodes ago.
Wow.
Yeah, we talked to him out in Mount Pleasant.
Nice.
On an RV. It was hot as Hades. But it was a lot of fun. Josh Ward's just a fantastic writer, fantastic artist. Doesn't get enough credit for his writing, I don't think.
He's getting there. He's really done some amazing things these past couple of years.
Yeah.
So I'm rooting for him.
Just listening to the stuff like him and Jake Worthington have written together, him and Scott Brown, that are the songs that they wrote together. As a songwriter yourself, do you kind of get inspiration from your cohorts that are out doing the same thing you're doing?
Sure. I mean, I get inspiration from everywhere, you know, and that's kind of how you get the magic, you know, into the bottle, if you will. Is I take inspiration from the lady at the checkout line,
Nice.
from my buddies going down the highway, you know, just like we do.
I was just curious how that works for you because, I mean, honestly, there's nobody in Texas that sounds quite like you do on the radio, just from a style standpoint.
Right.
So how do you even get inspired if nothing quite sounds the way that you...
Well, I'll tell you what it is for me is that, you know, I grew up listening to old country. I grew up listening, my brother was huge into 70s rock, so I got all that. I found when everybody was rocking out to Poison and Wanger and all those bands.
That was me.
Yeah, I hated that stuff. No
Sorry.
offense.
Yeah.
So I went searching for music, and I found the British Invasion, quote unquote. So I grew up on The Cure,
Nice.
and Echo and the Bunnymen, Depeche Mode,
Nice.
you know, all of that. So I take,
So the second invasion.
yeah, the second Invasion, not the first one. And I take all of that stuff, and I think that's where my style is.
So you know your fans out there are going to want you to start singing in a British accent at
Yeah.
least a couple
Well,
of
it's
times.
funny. You could probably find it on YouTube. My first band, I actually sang in a British accent, and I didn't realize I was singing in a British accent.
I'm gonna have to look
Oh,
that
please
up.
don't. It's bad. But I did. Because that's all I was listening to at the time as a teenager. So, you know, I was, instead of going, you know, home, I was going, hem. I listen to it now, I'm like, what am I singing? I don't understand why I'm singing in a British accent.
It's like he created emo before, like
Yeah.
emo before emo was
Pretty
there.
much.
I got Velcro on my shoes.
Velcro. Yeah. Oh, man.
So we're sitting here with TJ Broscoff talking about the British invasion. I never thought that would come up today.
Right?
But yeah, I was listening to the glam rock stuff, Poison, Bon Jovi, Dokken, all that
Dokken.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I missed that whole thing. I don't know if it was the long hair with the blonde.
It
I
was
don't,
bad. It was just bad.
It just didn't move me.
Yeah.
You know, but I could go listen to a Smith song
Yeah.
and listen to Morrissey whine about something, but I got it, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and it just made sense to me.
I didn't start liking good music until the 90s.
Yeah.
You know, like, I really dug 90s country, like when Daryl Dodd first came out.
Oh, man, Daryl.
You know, like Daryl Dodd really got me started on country music with That's How I Got to Memphis.
Yeah.
That old Tom T. Hall song. But Daryl put that steel guitar wailing at the beginning of that song, and I was hooked. Like,
Yeah,
it was over for me.
Daryl is a character.
Oh, you're telling me. Daryl Dodd.
The stories we could tell right now, Daryl, about some of the things we know.
Absolutely. But we won't because we love you.
That's right.
Yeah.
Steve Ryan, his guitar player, is my best friend in the world. So
Really?
Yeah, we always get to hang out.
Well, we interviewed Daryl this season too, but I didn't get to meet him until about a month ago. We interviewed him over the phone, and then he hadn't been into East Texas in over a year.
Yeah.
It was killing me, man. I'm like, come on, I just want to meet you, shake your hand, and so. The moment was basically, hey, Daryl Dodd, I'm Boston with ETX ROCKS, and he grabbed me in a hug, kissed me on the cheek. I'm like, oh my God, like this is the guy that helped me find country music.
He's a class act.
Moment, yeah.
If I had just that much of his charisma, I'd be a rock star.
Oh, and his live shows, he just comes out the gate swinging, man. It's just incredible. Guys out there, if you're wondering how to make it as a live performer and you want some tips and tricks,
go follow Daryl.
Go follow Daryl Dodd on the road. He will teach you how to be an entertainer.
It's true.
It's no doubt. I mean, I've seen a lot of live shows in the last 5 years, and I'd say the best two I've seen live were Daryl Dodd and Sundance Head, without a doubt. Just they make sure every fan in the place is entertained.
Yeah.
And it's so important.
Absolutely.
So you did mention that you do cover songs, and some of them are probably pretty obscure. What is your strategy, if there is one, in connecting with an audience? Because audiences change; they're a living, breathing thing. So, what is your strategy coming from the stage to that connectability?
I'm slowly figuring that out. It's pretty funny, really. So in Texas, if you do some Johnny Bush, or maybe some obscure Dwight, you're in good shape. In the Midwest, they like the Goo Goo Dolls.
Yep.
And if you go up to Montana, where we just were, and Idaho, all through there, if you do any Grateful Dead or Rolling Stones song, you're golden to them.
Okay.
So, it's kind of what I've figured out as I've gone through it.
I noticed you left the East Coast out of that.
Yeah. I haven't figured them out yet. If somebody could shoot me an email, tell me what covers you like.
Oh, yeah. Good luck with that. Yeah. I don't think they know.
No.
I'm going to be honest. That's where I'm from, so yeah. I don't think they know.
It's a good time out there, though.
Yeah, the East Coast is fun. I will go back. I will never live there again, though.
Yeah. It's funny because I'm so used to the West, and it's so wide open, and the further you get east, it just starts getting tinier and tinier and tinier.
The sky gets smaller.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's weird. Yeah, I agree. So we're sitting here with TJ Broscoff. I do want to read something that he has on his album jacket. This is Love Lost and the Afterglow, the brand new record. And I say brand new, it's within a year. Mm-hmm. It's the latest, the current CD. But I read this today for the first time, and I want to share it with you folks out there and get TJ's reaction to it. All right, quote, "If you're going to try, go all the way. Otherwise, don't even start. This could mean losing girlfriends, wives, relatives, and maybe even your mind. It could mean not eating for 3 or 4 days. It could mean freezing on a park bench. It could mean jail. It could mean derision. It could mean mockery, isolation. Isolation is the gift. All the others are a test of your endurance, of how much you really want to do it. And you'll do it, despite rejection and the worst odds. And it will be better than anything else you can imagine. If you're going to try, go all the way. There is no other feeling like that. You will be alone with the gods, and the nights will flame with fire. You will ride life straight to perfect laughter. It's the only good fight there is." Why is this on the cover?
I was looking. Love Lost and the Afterglow is kind of a collection. How you go through all your records. Love Lost and Afterglow. I was coming out of a really, really bad relationship, a long-term bad relationship, and I had, in the middle of the process, I had healed and was starting into a new relationship. And with music, what Charles wrote, it just seemed to fit the whole record so well in my mind. Because what we do with anything, whether you're a mechanic, a plumber, a firefighter, a pencil pusher, whatever, you got to do it all the way. And especially for musicians, obviously, you got to do it all the way. You got to let go and just give yourself to the process.
Yeah.
And so that's what I did on this record. And so there's some vulnerable spots on that record.
Absolutely.
And they're scary at first.
There's a lot of them too.
Yeah, there was. I mean, it's kind of a dark record, and that's okay because that's part of life too. And everybody deals with heartbreak, and everybody deals with people dying that they love, and so that was kind of the catalyst that launched Love Lost in the Afterglow.
And for me, as a fan that's reading that, it kind of makes me think that this kind of personifies the culmination of your experience learning
Absolutely.
of who you are.
Absolutely.
Over your existence.
I wanted to put in a quote, and I couldn't come up with the right words. And I remember the forged in the fire, that line in there. And I was, who was? Oh, that was Charles. And I went and found it, and I was like, this just makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's important for everybody to, because what he says is so true. It's the only real fight. It's the perfect fight. Because if you do what you love every day, then you have a life that's complete. At least in my opinion.
Awesome. And so the new record, again, I want to show it to you guys out there. It's Love Lost in the Afterglow. It's unbelievably awesome. Like you said, it's very dark, but I think it resonates with most of us. We've all been in dark places in our life. And I think this can really help you breathe through those places. At least I think.
Thank you.
I know this record is important to you. It's the
Absolutely.
one that you've had the most freedom in making, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But this was actually recorded in 2 different places, and both places are incredible places.
I got lucky with them.
Yeah, so tell us about that.
We got to use Jared Green and Wes Hutchinson from New York. They came down to Shreveport, and Chris Bell is a good friend of mine, and I'll name drop because I have to. But Chris Bell has worked with Don Henley. He won a Grammy with them. He did the Hell Freezes Over album. Kenny Wayne Shepherd, Dave Matthews. So those are his kind of clients. And me and Chris have been friends for a lot of years. So we went to Blade Studios. Of course, they changed the name probably after that. What did they call it?
I think it's you still have it as
Echophone?
Echophone.
Yeah, Echophone.
In Shreveport, right?
Yeah, in Shreveport. Yeah. So we did all the tracking down there and had a blast. And then I flew to New York with Wes, and we got to go to Pete's house, Nora Jones's house, and we got to do a lot of the secondary tracking at her place. And so that was.
And now Pete played piano on the record as well.
Pete played piano. He did all the B3 stuff. The only song he didn't play on was "Don't Call on Me." I actually played piano on that one.
Yeah.
But so to get to hang out with Pete and a little bit of Nora, she was like 7 months pregnant. So I didn't get to see a whole lot of her.
That would be a lot of bit of Nora, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot of Nora, but she was as sweet as could be because we totally just invaded her house. Hey, we're coming in. We're gonna do a record. But she was so gracious. So we got to do that, and then we got to mix it and master it back in Shreveport again. So it was a fun. Well, actually, I lied. I've got to master it in L.A. With some incredible people that I'll quit name dropping. So I was extremely happy with.
So I ask you all of those questions to lead you to this one.
Uh-huh.
The guy that's living out in that desert. What does he think of this guy?
He's proud. He's definitely proud of him. At times, though, he flares up and hey, man, now that it's been 11 years that you haven't had a drink or touched a drug, maybe we can go in the back and maybe have one. So. Addiction is real. I won't make it a soapbox at all. Addiction is real. It's a hard thing. And people that are fighting to stay sober, it's a continual daily routine. It's just like working out. So I'm blessed that I'm not the guy in the desert anymore. And this side of life, I couldn't ask for more. And that's a true, honest fact. Sure, I'd love to have bigger crowds and everybody'd like to make a little bit more money. But when you break it down, I'm going down the highway with friends in a bus. I have great songs on the radio, and I have people showing up that are willing to pay a couple bucks to buy some merchandise and sing my songs.
2 million streams.
It's incredible. It's incredible.
So, well, I just wanted to say congratulations.
Thank you.
Chief of it all, just your battle and your victory over addiction.
Thanks, man.
Congratulations on that, because I don't think if you had won that battle, you wouldn't be winning the rest of these battles.
No,
You know?
no, I'd probably be pushing up daisies by now, I'm sure.
Yeah. So I'm glad for you.
Thank you.
I'm extremely excited for what's next, because I know you have new music coming.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Probably by the time this airs, we'll be about a month out from doing a new record, and so I don't know when we'll release it, but we're gonna. I got a couple good songs that I'm really excited to get out to everybody.
Do you feel any pressure between records to do better?
Yeah, it's not so much that, it's the writing process. Like some of my friends, I get so jealous of them because like George Dukas, he writes every day, it seems like, and I go months and months and months without a single song,
Right.
and I start getting nervous, because you can't force it. You can hone your skill and you can write every day, but to get the good ones, it's at least for me, it's got to be inspiration. And so there's long periods where there's nothing coming, and all of a sudden, bam, there's like 3 in a row.
It can be tough just being a conduit.
Yeah, it's you got to be patient with the process, and that's what I'm learning. Every other year that I get, I'm down the road in this, I'm starting to learn those things. Is that you just got to be patient and wait, and they'll come. And so, but yeah, I'm always nervous about, will this next record be better than the last one? But I think honestly, if you just stay true to yourself, it'll be better, because you're always growing as an artist.
It can never be worse.
No.
Right? Because, you're still, regardless of what you're doing, as long as you stay true to who you are, then the very least, it's going to be the same.
Absolutely.
Right?
And I used to get so hung up in the recording process, to the point of getting in fights with people that were trying to help me. And I had a very, very dear friend once say, she goes, is this your final record? Is this the last song you're ever going to write? And I was like, I hate it. I hate that you're right. But it put me back in a level place, because, not everything's going to be perfect. And us as artists, we want, that guitar is just slightly out of tune, or I could have enunciated this just a little bit cleaner. So sometimes you just got to push away, walk away from it. But
Absolutely. So what are you hoping the ETA is for the new project?
I would say within 6 months.
Cool.
So I'm hoping by Christmas time, or maybe the very beginning of the new year, we'll have new TJ Broscoff material out there.
Cool. Very cool. And so TJ is here. It's episode 278. We're live here in the ETX ROCKS living room. Super stoked to have you. So TJ is going to play us another song here today. It's an old hit called Needle to the Bone.
Needle.
Tell us how this song came to be.
So this song, we kind of hit on it a little bit with the interview. Obviously, I know what dope is, but I had a really, really, really dear friend of mine that was in rehab with me, and he unfortunately went back out. And he called me and he said, "TJ, I'm so high that I keep hitting my bone when I'm trying to shoot up."
Wow.
And I said, well, if that's not the darkest, most depressing thing I've ever heard in my life, that's definitely a TJ Broscoff song. And so I sat down, I wrote Needle to the Bone. Obviously I had a little bit of experience in losing the family and losing my career and everything else. So that song, it just painted the picture of the helplessness feeling that happens with any form of addiction, any form.
And we're really excited to show you a live and unplugged version of a song that did really, really well on the radio. Really well, which I'm sure had to surprise you some.
Yeah, I was scared.
Yeah.
Definitely scared.
I can imagine. But it's Needle to the Bone. It's live here in the ETX ROCKS living room from TJ Broscoff. Y'all check it out.
without a home. Swollen vein and the drug takes hold, needle to the bone. I've lost track somewhere of me. Hate this person I've come to be. Final moment, my final plea, needle to the bone. I just wanna put that gun to my head, turn out the lights and go to bed. And I remember what the good book said, and I won't get to heaven. Tell me out how the story ends. Looking for an answer, looking for a plan. My whole life stuck in a syringe and I'm going crazy. I remember my wife in the rain. Little girl don't remember my name. Family's gone, yeah, I'm to blame. Needle to the bone. 'Cause I used to be a simple man, loving hard and a callous hand. Devil slit me, poison blend, needle to the bone. I just wanna put that gun to my head, turn out the lights and go to bed. I remember what the good book said, and I won't get to heaven. Tell me out how the story ends. Looking for an answer, looking for a plan. My whole life stuck in a syringe, and I'm going crazy. Yeah, I'm going crazy. Yeah, I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy. I've gone crazy. Now in this dark room I make my stand. Giving up, I become the damned. Single tear and the hammer slams. Bullet to the bone. Bullet to the bone. Needle to the bone.
All right, so that was Needle to the Bone by TJ Broscoff. Huge hit for him a couple years ago. That was on the Ready to Fly album.
Yeah, that was the very first, which is funny because Ready to Fly had a lot of slower songs, and all of a sudden, Needle came out. But
the guitar work on that is just otherworldly. Man.
Thank you so much, man. It's
I think our producer said it sounds like two guitarists playing the song at the same time.
Just one, I promise.
Yeah. Well, I kept looking over like, okay, does he have a loop somewhere?
Right. I have a loop in my back pocket.
Yeah, it's a digital loop that's invisible.
It's just lots of hammers on and tricks like that. But yeah, and it's such a fun song to play. But it's funny because still, in certain venues, that line is, I just want to put a gun to my head. And I still catch myself
kind of cringe.
Yeah, I still mumble that line because I'm worried about what people will think. And I don't know why. I just, it's a song about suicide, unfortunately.
Well,
it's not a happy song.
It's that struggle between art and marketability.
Yeah, right?
I get that. Yeah, I completely get that. Because, in this 21st century, you have to make sponsors happy and labels happy and so many people happy. And you can lose your own happiness in that process.
Sure, absolutely.
I imagine any major label artist can't be completely happy.
Oh.
I don't see how they can.
I would assume they couldn't. I don't know. I've never been on a major label,
right.
so.
Yeah. Well, maybe it'll happen. Who knows?
Yeah. We're not. Sure. Absolutely. Maybe it'll happen.
I'll pull all that out.
Actually, that's great. You should leave it in.
Okay.
Especially the word up.
That's awesome. All right. So, again, it's episode 278 featuring TJ Broscoff. Now, TJ, if folks are just hearing about you for the first time,
sure.
I don't know how that could be possible, but we do have a lot of listeners and viewers from outside of Texas. So where can they follow along with your social media stuff?
Real simple. Just do a bad Google search for TJ Broscoff. I promise, even if you spell it wrong, I'll be the only guy that pops up. If you want to spell it right, it's just like how the English language is spelt. So it's B-R-O as an ostrich, B-R-O-S-C-O-F-F, TJ Broscoff. And once you get it down, you'll never have to remember it again because it just flows off the tongue so easy.
Yeah.
So it's
almost like a fake name, isn't it?
Yeah, it's almost like my real name is TJ Smith, but I wanted something easier for everybody, so I picked Broscoff.
Yes.
But the good thing about Broscoff, if there is one, is that I'm the only one. So
That's true.
You know,
you're very Googling.
Yeah.
Or Google-ish.
I'm very Google-ish. I'm Google friendly.
Yes, you are. Because, like you said, you can spell it any different way.
Put a K in there if you want. It's cool. Put a bunch of A's.
Your New Yorkers up there would probably be like K-A-W-F-F. It's Broscoff.
Broscoff.
Yeah, step into my office.
Oh,
and it'll still come up for him.
Yeah. And just, come out to a show. Bands in Town app is still an awesome app for us.
Absolutely.
So we use that a lot. Of course, the website, tjbroscoff.com. Just anything TJ Broscoff, we got it. And would really love to meet you in person.
And it's a great website as well. I'm going to spell it out for y'all. It's tjbroscoff.com. Very well done website.
Thank you.
I love the bio on there. It really kind of encapsulates your journey through life, what you've gone through, the demons you've conquered to come out the other side to who you are now. Did you write the bio in that? Because it's great.
Actually, I did. I did write that bio. I've always had friends that wrote the bio. Actually, I don't know if I don't know. I believe that I wrote that bio, but if somebody did help me, I'm drawing a blank on it. So
Okay.
I know that I had a friend that wrote one a while back before, but I think that's the newest one.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
I definitely
sure.
I think it's great reading if you're a fan of TJ's and you haven't seen that yet. Definitely go check it out. Just go to the webpage and click on bio. It also has copies of his music on there. You can find all his tour information.
Absolutely.
And there's a contact link on there as well for you venues out there that want to book TJ. I'm going to tell you the truth. I've been doing this 2 years. I haven't seen you play live in East Texas.
We don't get a whole lot of offers out here.
Yeah,
I don't know.
cool.
I don't know why. I'm not for sure. We'll just have to start working this market more. We do
Well,
so
I'm
much
I'm
stuff.
going to throw out the challenge right now to you venues out there here in the 903. Let's get TJ back home.
Sure.
You know?
What do they say? The prophet is never welcome in his own home.
Yeah, I guess not.
So, well,
Is that the prophet with the PH or the F?
Yeah, exactly. Not that I was
Are
calling
you
myself
saying you
a
can't
prophet.
make money in your own home?
Right. I wasn't calling myself a prophet, just so that we cleared the record there. I was quoting a
Yeah,
quote.
don't ask him for lottery numbers.
Yeah. Somebody in Gun Barrel was one number away, I heard.
Oh, really?
They won $3 million.
Damn.
I need to win $3
Do
million.
we have any family in Gun Barrel? That's too bad. Katie Lynn, was it you that won? Probably not. She's 14.
Yeah. Katie might be gambling these days. I haven't seen her in a minute, so.
Yeah, she's doing awesome. So again, it's tjbroscoff.com. Make sure you're checking that out. He's got social media links on there as well. I think you at least have an Instagram and a Facebook.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Twitter as well.
I don't do a whole lot of the Twitter.
Yeah, me either.
I'm just not big on the twit.
So, I mean, we have a Twitter, but I tell everybody, all the Western movie directors are going to start filming there because it's like a ghost town.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, I'm probably most active on Instagram. I love Instagram. I like the format. It's friendly. I don't get a bunch of spam.
Right.
And whoever you follow is who you see, which
Yep.
is really nice. Of course, that'll
Yeah.
probably change next month or whatever. But for now, Instagram's kind of my thing.
I like Instagram. I just always forget I have it until it's like 2 a.m. in the morning and everybody's asleep.
Right.
Nothing happens to my posts. I got to remember I have it during the day when people are actually awake.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll probably be more beneficial.
Oh, I mean, I post at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So just keep doing what you're doing, man. They'll come around.
All right, cool. All right, so again, it's tjbroscoff.com. Check it out. Give them a like and a follow on Facebook and Instagram. That is so important to an artist because it shows venues and stuff like that, the fan base.
Unfortunately, that is true, but
yeah, it is.
I never understood it because you can buy fake likes
Yeah, I know.
and things.
Yeah.
So
And it's pretty apparent when someone has.
yeah. But that's a whole other episode that we'll get into
Maybe
next time.
next time, when the record comes out in 6 months, we'll have you back. We'll
Sure.
talk about social media. and the effect on music.
The effect on music, social media.
Absolutely. And if you're watching or tuned into the ETX ROCKS Show for the first time, we want to thank you guys for spending some time with us. You can follow along with everything we have going on. We're on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at ETX ROCKS. We're ETX ROCKS everywhere. So, again, we're very Google-ish. So you can just Google ETX ROCKS. You'll see us everywhere on over 30 platforms now, including YouTube, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Play, all the big ones. Make sure you're following it wherever you're watching or tuned in. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube. That's a big one for us. That'll help us out a lot. Because that changes the algorithms within YouTube. It makes our videos more recommended. And that's all in your power just by hitting subscribe, which is completely free, by the way. So do that.
How can you complain about that?
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, we are the #1 resource for independent music in Northeast Texas. The reason why I say that, we have 1,400 videos on our YouTube. No joke. The proof is in the pudding. So if you're a music fan and you're not a subscriber to our YouTube channel, you're missing out on a lot of fantastic independent artists. So make sure you're doing that. We're doing 10, 15, 20 shows a month now, too. So
you're busy.
Yeah, just spotlighting as many folks as we can. Just huge fans of music and entertainment. So subscribe to the ETX ROCKS YouTube channel. It'll be the second best decision you ever make.
What's the first?
I don't know. I'll just let them decide that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So whatever you think the first is, that's cool. But the second will always be a subscription to us.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
And we are also completely self-funded on this show, which means we are low budget. And I put the emphasis on the word low. Yeah. We have like $20 lamp trees keeping us in light right now.
Yeah, but they're cool.
They are kind of cool.
And the air conditioning is working right now.
Yeah, it is.
So that's a bonus.
It wasn't earlier, but you know, we had to give it CPR, which costs money. Apparently.
It's a little bit like Wayne's World, only cooler.
Yeah, that's right. It's party time.
Party time.
Yes. Party on, Garth.
Party on, Wayne.
So because of that, we have set up a donate link if you guys would like to help financially with the show. You guys can do that at www.paypal.me/ETXROCKS. We'll take any denomination of money in any currency, so even yen.
Even yen? How much yen do you get on the...
Just depends on how much money they have.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so like if they're Japanese and they're watching over there and like, I want to donate, but they don't take yen.
Not
See,
anymore.
I just want to make sure that we take it all. You know?
Do you take the
Somebody
dues?
sent me something called Japanese government issue pesos.
Nice.
Yeah.
You got me beat
They're
on that
from
one.
World War II, and apparently what they were is they were replacement money for when Japan invaded the Philippines. So that Japan
Really?
made the Filipino people use their money, these government issue pesos.
I just learned something new.
I did too. I had to research it when they were sent to us.
You're like, this is junk, and then they're like,
Yeah.
oh, these are $50,000 a piece.
I wish
Thanks.
they were, but they're not. They don't even work in Coke machines. Yeah. Unless we can find like a World War II era Coke machine that was in Manila.
I'll keep an eye out.
Thank you.
You bet.
Appreciate that. So make sure you're donating if you'd like to help us out. We do have bills to pay, so you guys can definitely help with that. Again, it's www.paypal.me/ETXROCKS. And to make it easy for y'all, that'll be in the description down below, along with the webpage for Mr. Broscoff over here. And we'll also have our webpage link down there as well. It's because of y'all's generosity and your donations that we were able to launch a brand new webpage in March of this year. It's located at www.etxrocks.show. And there's over 11,000 hours of content on that webpage. So it can keep you busy for a while. There's also internet radio on there too. We have a little playlist there, and all the songs playing on that playlist were played right here on the show. They're
Very
live
cool.
Performances. By the time TJ has gotten home today, his songs will be a part of that playlist. And I think we're nearing 500 songs in that playlist now.
Nice.
So I think we're going to throw a little party when the 500th song is played on the show. I think that'll be neat.
You should totally go get a Coke.
I think we'll just have like people hiding behind the bookcases and stuff, and when they start playing it, they'll just throw graffiti and
Or you could remember
confetti.
Remember when VH1 had pop-up video?
If you guys can learn how to throw graffiti, let me know. Yeah, the pop-up videos. Yeah.
I don't know why. I just thought that might be fun. Do a
That would
pop-up
be
video.
neat. So like instead of doing it in the editing, we'll just have we'll hire
Random people just show up.
Just show up and pop up with like lyrics or something.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, that'd be fun. I don't know if we can put that into the budget though.
Well,
again, it's www.paypal.me/ETXROCKS. If you guys would like to see us do a pop-up video, That's where you do that. People got to be paid.
You got to do the cardboard. Cardboard is expensive these days.
Yeah,
Come on,
when you
man.
start throwing around terms like be in a music video,
Yeah.
people think they're going to be paid.
Yeah, absolutely.
And hot dogs just do not pay the way they used to.
No.
Yeah, they just don't. Anyway, we want to thank you guys out there for always supporting live music of all genres and all styles. And don't ever forget,
ETX rocks.
that's right. Thank you all for watching.
How you turn a black dress white? How you clear those bloodshot eyes? I sure could use your advice on how you turn a black dress white. How you mend a broken heart, one that life is torn apart. See, I don't know where to start, or how to mend a broken heart. So tell me, what should I say when you left her here this way, holding on to what's gone with no goodbye? Now she gets lost in the wind when your memory blows in, and who she was stolen like a thief in the night. How you turn a black dress white. Now how you turn those gray skies blue when she starts to think of you. I've done it all I can do but change the gray sky blue. Whoa, 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 whoa. Tell me, what should I say when you left her here this way, holding on to what's gone with no goodbye? She gets lost in the wind when your memory blows in, and who she was stolen like a thief in the night. How you turn a black dress white. Whoa, 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 whoa. So many questions I want to know. Yeah, I just want to get this right. I knew I'd find you here alone at your gravesite. So how you turn a black dress white? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
From the unknown to the stars, from the couch to the car, from the unheralded and the unheard, to the legends and beyond, it's where we all belong. Yes, this is where it all starts. From every genre, from every plane, this is where the music's played. So tune right in, won't you bring a friend? This is where it all begins. Welcome to the show, let the music flow of every style and creed. And you can bet your socks that ETX